Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. Thicc Tory is back. As you can see, I am extremely happy. Unfortunately, I did not make a vlog of me breaking this built motor in. That's because my emotions were through the roof and I just wanted to make sure everything was right. I was just feeling everything. I was hearing everything. I just wanted to make sure everything was perfectly fine. And it went absolutely smooth. Drove it around town, got some heat cycles in it, minimal idle. And change the oil, open up the filter, see if there's any metal shavings in it, which is pretty common for a fresh rebuild. There was absolutely zero, which is phenomenal. So put fresh oil in it, everything's fine. Haven't did a full wide open throttle pull yet. Have did like ease into the throttle to wide open throttle. Haven't just did a full drive launch wide open throttle pull yet. So we'll be doing that tomorrow when we go to Battle of Builds and do a test hit. I can't stay long because I have somewhere to be. I have a birthday party to be at, so I cannot go rounds. I'm just gonna make one hit, hopefully, if I have time, and see how it does, see how it feels. So I'll be putting my first nitrous tune in it, which should just be a very small jet, and ramping it in for a couple seconds and see what we got. So for those of you guys that do not know about the setup, let's talk about that. This truck is gonna be a blast to drive, guys. A blast to race. We do got to change the injectors out. Not a fan of the S&S 300s. If you followed along before, you guys seen that I was having some issues. They're hard to dial in. They flow so much down low. It does make it a little miserable to street drive because they're just so smoky. Now it does have cast oval pistons, which aren't as efficient as round bowls, but these S&S 300s have got to go. So I'm going to sell them over the winter time and put some probably flux in, because flux injectors, you could literally put a pair of, let's say, 300s in a truck with a stock tune file and they will idle perfectly fine. They get these S&S 300s to idle fine, you gotta do so much stuff, turn pilot off, all this stuff, and it just sucks. They're loud, they're clattery, and I just do not like them. Now if it was a competition truck where I did not drive it on the street, sure, but I do, and it just makes it miserable. I do not want to be that guy that is just haze and smoke down the road the whole time. So for those of you guys, we're going to go over the engine setup and pretty much everything I got on it. So starting from the bottom, it has billet main caps, SoCal billet main caps, Carrillo rods, ARP main bolts, ARP head studs, Comp Star crank, which I kind of wish I would have done ultra billet. But it is what it is. Like I said, Carrillo rods. It has fingers cast oval bowl pistons. They are 16:1 compression ratio. So it's not going to be that best to start in the wintertime, which I do not plan on driving in the wintertime anyway, because it does not have glow plugs. Randy at RC Hot Coats did all the powder coat. It is beautiful. This is actually chrome powder coat and it matches the polished look. Absolutely phenomenal. That's polished. All the injector lines, boom. That's chrome powder coat. All the injector lines are chrome. All the fuel lines are chrome. This is chrome. And it matches the real polished look, like the valve covers down here, the coolant tank, turbo, everything phenomenal. It just fits super well with the truck, guys. And do not mind my headlights. You only get about like 2 years out of these junk eBay lenses, and then they start cracking and looking yellow. So gonna replace them over the winter time. But this S400 kit, I pretty much just pieced it together. I had this HSP intake laying around when I had S400 kit on it about 4 or 5 years ago when I originally went 10. So I kept that. Hot side pipe is HSP. Y bridge is WC Fab's S300 Y bridge, and it fits very well. DP Customs T4 pedestal with a Turbo Smart wastegate. We'll talk about that in a second. Pedestal is beautiful and you just cannot see it. This is a VS Racing S475 8711. My work 80 is currently being rebuilt, which it should be back any day. SoCal water pump bypass, shocker fittings and line. It looks super clean. Very nice. So, and then obviously over here I got my 3 nitrous kit spool. This is my stage 1 or output 1, and then stage 2 or output 2. Deviant coolant tank. As you can see here, guys, the only thing I really do not care for is that it has -6 coming into the solenoids, but I can only find -3 nozzles. no big deal. I mean, I'm sure they'll flow plenty enough. It has Duramax stores, manifolds on it, DHD's up pipes. I've reworked and re-loomed the whole factory engine harness and cleaned it up a lot. Valve covers are vented. They go down to a catch can. There is the catch can right there. It's bolted to the frame. Lines from each valve cover run into it. I barely have to drain it. Do not mind my nitrous line. I forgot that I had to zip tie it. As far as the wastegate, I have boost going to the top of it to keep the wastegate shut. My first mistake when I drove this, I completely forgot to plug the top. If you don't, that wastegate comes open and it makes a total pain to drive and very lazy, and it's very smoky and it sucks. So got boost going to the top. These are just some quick connect fittings that I got off Amazon. When I do want to use the wastegate, I'll move this to that line, so which will open the gate when it sees a certain amount of pressure. So I actually plan on putting a stiffer spring in it. Probably going to put like a 50 psi spring right now. It opens when you put boost to it or you put air pressure to it, it opens at like 35, 40-ish. So that's kind of too low for what I want. So that is closed for now. 14 mil pump that is fed directly from that -8 line going to the fast, or coming from the fast. Return line goes back to the tank, obviously. It looks so good in here, guys. I put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure it was as clean as possible. The amount of hours, the amount of late nights I've had in this thing, pretty much forever. I put a lot of time and effort in this truck, and this is just feels so good just to see it all come together. So go around the setup of the suspension and stuff for you guys that have not followed along or watched any previous videos. Front keys are completely dropped, bolts are out. It has just sleeves on the front end with a DHD Centerlink brace. Come back to the rear, it has 3-inch drop shackles with the overload removed. And it has cow tracks. Those are done by Randy at RC Hot Coats as well. Now that is chrome as well. Now it looks polished. It goes very well with the soda wheels. Now that those aren't forged polished wheels, they're just cast. So they're not going to be the mirror finish as forged wheels, but it goes very well with the truck. Man, that thing is beautiful. Come back over to here, has a stack. 7-inch stack ring that is got off of Summit. It is scratching the stack up pretty good, but yeah, that is just soot. I try to clean it, but there's really no point. Shout out to Garen, shout out to Fast for sponsoring the truck. My sticker, these Unlimited sticker. Shout out to Logan for building the transmission. Shout out to Garen for supplying the parts, and shout out to Fast for the 290 they supplied us. Has a roll pan on it. Now it does have, those sodas are 20x10s on 420Vs. Come into the truck, it is a disaster right now. Bottle heater, nitrous, does have a 6-point roll bar. Come into here. Roll bar was built by Fast Fab in Salisbury. Corbeau seats, their 5-point harness. Truck still has AC, all that. EGT from Ispro and Boost. My EGT just stopped working, so gonna have to replace that. Edge CTS3. This was an SLE truck. I converted it to a SLT dash because it was cracked right there. Pioneer head unit. Just kind of going over the truck a little bit for those of you guys that do not know. Those are my nitrous toggle switches, bottle heater, spool jet, main kit. And as you can see, it still has the SLE door panels on it, which I will change maybe one day. Who knows? Man, this thing just looks so good. Wow. A vision has came to life, guys. I've had a vision for a long time. I remember being in high school dreaming of having a Duramax, and just didn't know that I'd have one this bad one day. Whew. It's just very humbling. So tomorrow, guys, stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to wake up super early in the morning, and we're going to go to Battle of Builds in Lebanon. I think it's Lebanon. PA guys, do not get mad. I do not know your guys' cities that well, and you guys have some weird name cities. So I think it's Lebanon, and we're going to go to Battle of Builds, and we're going to hopefully get a pass in because I don't have much time. Pretty much driving almost 2 hours away to make a hit and pretty much come back. So let's hope, fingers crossed, everything goes well, and I'm driving the truck there. Back to the old days when I would drive trucks to events, race it, and then come back. That is street truck stuff 101. And just look at that thing, guys. It just sits absolutely perfect. Whew. So catch us in the morning. We're going to be meeting Logan, both Logans. Logan with his Turbo LS truck, Logan with his bad L5P, and a couple other buddies. And we're going to see how well this does and see how well they do, which I'm sure Logan's going to do pretty damn well because his Turbo LS truck is a bad mofo. So we are going to go home, get some rest. I'm going to put my nitrous file into it. My first one, I'm thinking like 3 seconds. That's probably as long as the track's going to be, probably 200 foot. Ramp it in for like 3 seconds. Start off with a smaller jet, one kit. Do not need 2 kits. And see what we got. So I'll catch you guys in a minute. We are on a road trip today. We are going about 1 hour and 45 minutes away to Battle of the Builds, and we'll see you guys there. For about a couple hours. I have somewhere to be tonight, but pretty much just did a shakedown pass and A to B to see how the truck felt, and it felt absolutely amazing. Ran out of nitrous, but before I did, I realized that my spool solenoid was staying open, so that's not good. So first pass in general, the new setup, new engine, new nitrous setup, and man, it freaking felt great. I'm sorry guys, this video is terrible. I'm just so caught up with the truck right now. It's kind of hard to record and everything, and I couldn't get everyone else's race because I am leaving. But man, this thing feels amazing. We're heading home. Ice cold AC. We got 1 hour left to be home, and man, I am just pumped. This thing feels great. Tune 3 with, I'm not going to give away my secrets, but it cleaned up very, very nice, and we only got room to grow from here. So guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our next videos. Hopefully get into the track and see what we can lay down, and I'm just looking forward to it. So guys, this truck runs phenomenal. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.